achieve worldwide fame. She's well on her way.
And who would you bet on? www.fightbet.com is one of the new sponsors from Evolution. Apparently there's going to be some betting on the fighting.
And this fight, our final four here of our contender qualifier, all brought to you by Rod Price and the team at Prime, the major sponsors for so long of Evolution series. As Eli just takes a shot to the junk. Mad dogs are shrunk down to mad puppies after that one.
Eli already wearing the contender shorts. So he's
all mind games, Hammer.
He's putting a message out there. He's already saying, I'm in, son, and you're not. But Eli Madigan, it's going to be interesting to see how he negates the clinching of Warren Elson. Of course, we saw Warren Elson just clinch up and do the job on Foley earlier. And you can bet he'll look to do the same again against Madigan, who's very similar in body type to Foley.
Outside thigh kick, you can see Warren Elson is just eager, he's just itching to move in and lock on. But this is what Foley should have been doing. You see the way Eli's circling, you see the way he's turning off left and right, using a lot of the rings, staying out of range, so Warren can't easily tie him up. Beautiful jab, just got it onto the grill of Elson. Elson goes for the clinch, and again, Eli on his bike and moving. So far, the perfect game plan from Eli Mad Dog Madigan.
Also, we're just reading in that story in Kickboxer magazine about the Maddox Gym and Eli actually having a bit of a background in Taekwondo. So until he joined forces with his father, and he really has just become the true professional and a technically excellent Muay Thai fighter as Madigan.
Madigan again throws the right hand. Now Warren's got the clinch. Madigan looks for the takedown and gets it. They split to the canvas.
Just the ropes there that saved Rosa sort of from getting cleaned up via Madigan.
This is a very smart first round from Eli Madigan, and he's showing more control than an episode of Get Smart. Again was a lumbers forward, just trying to loop those hands around the back of the neck, but Eli staying out of range, remaining immobile, and not a stagnant target. Front kick, bit sloppy there from Elson. Front kick from Madigan was sharp. Beautiful evasion. He got on the outside of the right hand of Elson. Just a nice little shift to the head there from Eli Madigan. Some of the little subtleties that if you watch Eli's fights very close, and even if you're taping this one and you rewind and play it in slow motion, you'll see a lot of the little subtleties, a lot of the little movements that you don't catch at first glimpse of Eli Madigan that has really set him apart from the rest this year. Beautiful tub thumping right hand.
That's of course if you still tape. You bring the old technology back. Bring it back. Bring back Betacam.
Back Atari.
Bring back Betacam. Come on.
Doesn't look up again. Leans against the ropes.
Something called Blu-ray now. I don't know what it is, but maybe a Blu-ray. I don't know.
As I get out my Rubik's Cube. And Madigan is controlling Warren Elson here in the first round. Perfect game plan.
I think they've certainly done their homework on all their opponents, boys in the Maddox Gym, and Warren certainly looking to get his juggernaut of grappling back on track, locked down, and start to work the knees, but Madigan not letting him do it.
Trying on the ropes, so they end up with him on the ropes. Rongo in, finish the body. Looking good though. Keep moving well. Yeah, won that round. Is that? Yeah. Even if you do that for another round and then smash him in the third, you know?
Madigan in the corner there with Eli. This is how Madigan went in the first, just keeping mobile and not being a sitting target for was it just walk solid right hand to the Elson.
Hammer, one question I want to ask you. Do you think sometimes Warren Elson has an over-reliance on wanting to get into the grapple?
A little bit of tunnel
vision. He doesn't
vision,
do enough range work at all. He's always trying to get into the grapple. It seems like he over-relies on that sometimes, and when it doesn't work for him, he's got nothing back to. He's got no fallback plan, no contingency.
He's left wanting if the clinching's not there, but he's had a long break from being in centre ring, trying to find his feet against a very sharp Eli Madigan. That's a big ask. And he does get a little bit tunnel vision and want to clinch up and grapple. I mean, another fighter that is very similar in the fight style is, of course, Eugene Egelboom. Very similar, walk up, grapple, And there's the turn of events as Madigan actually takes down Wazza. So, you know, he's sort of beating him at his own game now. So they've done their homework, the Maddox, Jim. But you're right, he needs now to go, okay, the clinching's maybe not where I want to be, so I'm going to change plans. Having said that, we just saw Jabbar Askarov earlier. What is his game plan? It's always throwing the overhand right. He has really not a lot else. So if the overhand right doesn't work for him, as it didn't against John Wayne Parr, he's not going to win. You know, it comes to trying to get that complete game plan and work rate that you need in any bout, and you need to be able to change it up. Okay, my clinching's not working, I'm going to go to work in the boxing department, try and get a knockdown via the hands, try and out-kick my opponent and play the point game.
And also, given Warren's natural height, I mean, he's huge for this weight division, but doesn't use that height and reach advantage at all, pretty much.
He uses it in the clinch, and he uses it very cleverly in the clinch, but I'd love him to,
on the outside,
to sit on the outside and pop that jab. He's got some big shoulders on him. He'd have a powerful right hand if he executed it. And he's heavily reliant on these clinching, and that's well known. But you know, he'd surprise a lot of opponents if he came out and actually kickboxed them instead of clinched them.
Madigan doing everything correct so far in the black trunks. Warren Elson in the white. Elson numbers forward again, and Madigan just keeping a distance, using a lot of the ring, constantly on the move. Outside thigh kick from Elson. Circles to his left as Eli tries to throw the body shot off the right hand. A snake up against the ropes once more. Corking knee to the outside right thigh from Eli Madigan, and even on the clinch, just outworking Warren Elson on that occasion.
Oh, there's a nice right hand, but he rushed it in.
Telegraphed it.
Rushed it in, Elson, and certainly he's back, and he's having a very sort of, you can see the frustration almost on Elson's face as he tries to work out Eli Madigan. Madigan in turn just keeps changing the game plan and keeps changing it up.
You know, Hammer, Greg Foley has to be watching this one on the closed circuit screens backstage and just shaking his head in disappointment, because Eli is doing the game plan we said that Greg should have used earlier in the night. A lot of movement, keeping on the outside, making it more of a kickboxing contest. Well, that is what Eli's doing at the moment.
It's just smarts from Madigan, and we're used to seeing Madigan fight smart. You know, he's a very low profile, I suppose, character in a lot of ways, and lets the talking be done in centre ring. But I tell you what, if he gets into the contender house, he's going to have to be a bit of a character. You know, that's what makes the people in the reality shows what they are. You've got to have...
It's that in any fight sport. I mean, you look at K1 and Semi Schultz. You know, one of the great K1 champions, but he had less personality than the head of lettuce. Just totally unmarketable in K1.
As much personality as a house brick. But, yeah, you've got to have that little bit of personality. And as we see a cut over the right eye of Warren Elson now, and his corner will go to work on it. Put a little bit of an adrenaline in there to stem the bleeding. And have a look at that. Madigan actually out-clinching Warren Elson, and that is a rarity. Nice right hand followed by those long-range punches. And one thing for Madigan, he uses his full extension. That really frustrates me when I see fighters that have long range and they don't use it. Well, Madigan really personifies how you should fight if you've got reach on your side, and he does it so well. And they personify what you do if you've got a good figure.
That's what I'm reaching for after we finish up here tonight.
Don't get distracted. It's the same for Hammer.
Third and final round, 2-0. We've got it unofficially the way of Eli Mad Dog Madigan. High left round kick, just losing his footing on that Triple M logo. Does the Mad Dog. It is all for Warren Elson to do the way that the Hammer and I see it at the moment. Elson needs a knockdown.
I tell you what, though, boys, this one it's a third and final round. I reckon with such a big prize at stake, it should have been a 5-rounder. It really should have been.
Yeah, right.
Well, wouldn't be beyond that, Hammer. It's only a 4-man tournament, not an 8-man tournament, so definitely a 5-rounder would have been a good call.
5-rounders, you know, for the final, I think maybe would have been a good one to go, but.
High knees. Again, the better salvo being landed in the grapple by Eli Madigan. This is a beautiful performance from Eli. Doing everything right, hasn't put a foot or a glove wrong, or a knee and elbow for that matter so far. He's cut Warren Elson in the second round, as we saw between in the corners. What can Wazza do? As we said, Eli's managed to maintain his mobility. He's managed to beat him in the grapple. Has Warren Elson got a contingency plan here in the dying stages? Again, on the back foot with the counter punch off the right hand. Eli Madigan beating Warren Elson here. 3-punch combination, outside thigh kick. This is great stuff by Eli. Hammer, there is one word for it.
Champagne! Champagne display of Muay Thai skills from Eli Madigan against the well-credentialed Warren Elson.
I mean, this is Eli just systematically taking apart a former world's Muay Thai champion. Look at the evasion again. Got on the outside of the right hand. Turned Warren against the ropes. Sticks to the midsection. Swings the right hand. And Warren looking a little wary of coming in now.
Little bit of ring rust, certainly from Elson. He's jumped into this one. $300,000 US, prize money for the eventual contender winner. And with the exchange rate, that's $500,000 almost, isn't it? So there you go. It's a big prize. So and the boys are certainly fighting for it.
Has he got one of the best teep kicks in Aussie Muay Thai?
Absolutely good push kick from Eli Madigan.
And again, just locking down. Elson unable to perform any elbows in that clinch. The nerve keeping it nice and clean. And again, just locking around the neck, almost in a headlock there. Just threatening with a little downward elbow to the deltoid region, but it's good sportsmanship here also from Eli Madigan. He's always been a very clean fighter, as Eli Madigan.
Yes. I'll just give a quick shout out to a former fighter, Peter Markowski, also a good clean fighter in the day. A quick shout out. I know he loves the shows. The Rock. Big hello to him and all the crew from Ultimate.
You can smell it, Hammer. You can sniff it. The victory for Eli Madigan.
The hand goes in the air for Eli. He's confident to get the win.
And Hammer, you know what?
Our scorecards, and we've got to say we've got to agree.
As an Aussie Hammer and a contender viewing fan, I am excited to have Eli Madigan flying our flag in the Contender Series 2.
Well, certainly he will showcase some great skills, but he's going to be measured up against the world's best. Series 2 Contender Asia will be filmed in Malaysia, and it will be on screens in 2009.
It is the prime contender for man eliminator. One of these guys will be representing Australia. They will be going into the house and they will have a shot at some money that will change their lives. We've got the trophy. We have got the contender belt for Asia Series 2. And we have got the key to the contender Asia house. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a split points decision.
Points. How could it be possible to split Hammer? For the way I saw it, it was Eli cleanly getting around.
Going in to contender Asia 2.
Split.
Eli Madigan.
Of course, Eli Madigan. And there's no way that should have been a split decision. I do not see how Warren won one of those rounds. Great sportsmanship there from Wazza. And folks, that means coming up next, our main event, the IK belt on the line. JW and Sean Wright.